I went and bought myself some Shokz and some JBLs. Well, what do we got here? The JBL Endurance Peak 3. I did not pay $199, I paid $119, and I got this from a place called PB Tech. Let's get in the bastard. Now, why did I get these? I need running headphones. So he's just slicing through it. This may be my worst unboxing yet, in terms of pleasantries. Let's take a look at the quick guide in just a second. First, I want to get out what we have here. 1 and 2. Secret compartment. That is marvelous. What's going on today, eh? And then we have the case which the headphones are going to charge in. Feels nice, feels heavy. I heard these are actually quite big in comparison to other headphone cases. On to the actual headphones. Let's squeeze these on out. And then this, very malleable. So here's our headphones. Let's chuck them down there. With our charging cord comes the 2 other sizes of squishies. Yeah, I think we're going to stop that there. This pair of JBL Endurance Peak 3s is not the one I was just unboxing. This is a replacement pair which I got under warranty because one of the earbuds stopped charging, so they decided just to give me a new one. And that's why I went and got these, which I've already had the benefit in trying out. When I stick these in my ears, where the music should be going straight down your ear canal pretty much, it's right up against the wall of my ear. So I have to have it on full volume to have it at an adequate volume, which is kind of annoying. Credit to it, the charging life's great. I haven't had to charge them that much. I've done 400 kilometers wearing these, so credit to them. But there's just a few things I want to note. I went over all the features that come with these, and they're all kind of like gimmicks. You can set up a lot of touch commands on these, or you can actually set up presets, so you can't put every control where you want to put it: 1 push, 2 push, left ear, right ear. There's specific presets. Some are built for volume controls, play controls, and then there's special features. I had one ear doing volume control, and I had one ear doing play and pause and skip, and that's pretty much it. And while running, mildly sweaty fingers, doing your taps on the sidewalls, how you do the commands, it wasn't that effective. Every time I wanted to skip a song, I was playing and pausing and waiting, because it was pretty quiet, to see, have I paused that song, or did the skip command actually go through? So that was a mild problem. They've got the ambient aware that you can turn on to pump in outside sound. It's a waste of time. These aren't noise cancelling earbuds, so you don't even need that. You can still hear what's on the outside. And there's also the conversation preset, where if it hears someone talking a voice, it will start pumping in outside audio. I can have a conversation with these in. I could even have the music on and have a conversation and understand what's going on. They're a gimmick. As far as just being wireless headphones, they're pretty good. I mean, if they fit your ears and you're not looking for the gimmicks that they offer in terms of software, they're completely fine. I'm not saying everyone's is going to have a charging issue, but fortunately mine were within the warranty period. That pretty much ends it with these. This is what I'm more interested in. The Openrun Pro 2 Mini. They use bone conduction, and nothing is actually going inside of your ear. They're just hovering on the outside. I don't have to worry about the fitment too much. I only have to worry about the fitment of the band. Now, the Mini doesn't mean anything in terms of, when I hear Mini, I think, well, this is going to be less of a model. This is the exact same thing. The only thing that's changed is the band that goes around the back. Basically, if you measure from behind the back of one ear to the other, if it's less than 9.25 inches, you go for the mini size. 9.25 inches is also 23.5 centimeters if you're using the metric scale. And from what I've seen online, I think most people generally fit the mini size. That's why they're awfully hard to get and normally out of stock, because everyone seems to be picking up on these. So it'll be interesting to see if they change their sizings in different models. Comes with a 2-year warranty, which is fantastic. 12 hours battery life, so pretty much on par with the JBLs, although with the case they say, oh, you know, you can get 60 hours of charge with the case. And it's also water resistant. And now what I thought with this was it's going to bounce around quite a bit on the back of your head, but it seems to stay planted. It's quite incredible, and the audio quality is great. I'd say like worlds better than the JBLs, but then again that does come at a price. These are 340 New Zealand dollars. I actually paid $260 for these, so I did get them on discount. These are better, and I'm here saying it's worth paying the money for something more decent, especially if you're going to use them as much as I do. And like I said, I'm a runner, I make it happen. These are going to be great. So let's get in the bastard. There's a lovely little pull tab at the top. I may not even need the knife. Okay, get out of here. Recycled and biodegradable design. Otherwise I was going to say the case is a bit lackluster. But this is just the packaging. The case is actually quite nice inside. It's very smooth. And then on the inside we have our 2-year warranty. I'm happy about that. We have information on the Shokz app. We have a user guide. Chuck those over there. And then we have, oh, this feels lovely. We have the case that they go in. What a lovely presentation. That's lovely. I like this. I'll take these out of the package. There they are. Lovely, flexible. And they magnet together. And then with the case, if you fold this flap down, you can remove your USB-C charging cord. Well, USB to USB-C charging cord, I should say. This, I'm already liking a lot more. Actual buttons, like buttons you can push in, no touch controls, fantastic. There's 3 buttons. There's one on the side here, on your left side, and then there's 2 underneath your right side. This one I love because it's 1 push play, 1 push pause, 1 push answer call, 1 push end call. Double push and it will skip the song, 3 pushes and it will go back to the previous song. Fantastic. That's what I was struggling with the JBLs. And then you've just got your simple volume down button, volume up and on. So if you hold this button down for approximately 3 seconds, and then the pairing process begins. I have my headphones on. They may look a little bit different. Some people might think a bit silly. I honestly don't care. If I'm getting good audio, it doesn't bother me. Because I mean, that was one thought that I had. It's definitely a thought that the missus had. It's like, oh, it looks a bit weird going around the back of your neck. And feeling I've got a 1 centimeter gap between the back of my head and the band. So I'm definitely glad I went for the mini size. But, you know, moving my head around all over here now. That is staying planted. That is not even moving. They really grip around your ears. Not too tight. You can't really feel anything. The only place I can feel pressure, and not an annoying amount of pressure, is just around the bone just in front of my ears. I'm just looking for the app here. They're all connected, updated. I can see I've got 70% battery. We have different modes. We've got standard, vocal, bass boost, something I'm always a fan of. And you can also customize how the audio sounds. Multi-pairing, pair 2 devices, like that is not something that you get with JBL. And then you've got your play, pause, skip buttons and your volume controls. And we may as well chuck the running playlist on. Ba-da-dum, dum, dum. Another one bites the dust. Let me take you on a little trip. My supersonic ship's at your disposal if you feel so inclined. That audio is fantastic. And just compared to the JBLs, I have this at 60% volume. Right, just for testing. That was me putting on full volume. Wow. And you can hear that bass quite nicely. I'm just gonna, I'm currently on treble boost. Bass boost, wow. You can really hear that bass. I like it, look, I'm bloody ecstatic with these things.
So I just went for a run, little to no movement on these things, which is very good. Took a phone call during the run, perfect audio quality. Apparently you could pick up like a little bit of wind noise while I was talking, but communication was still pretty smooth. So I stick by it. Good test for the run.
And to just cover off a couple of things they say work with this device to make sure they do. 10-meter Bluetooth connection, apparently. That was a good test because I put my phone on one side of the house and I walked approximately 15 meters to the other corner of the house. No interruptions, crystal clear through 1, 2, 3, 4 walls. So they've sold themselves short on that one. They did say that audio is kept reasonably private. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I think that could be going a little bit too far. If I was to quickly put on a podcast, I will see what a conversation sounds like. I guess that is a little bit muffled, but I'm gonna turn it up. I mildly call bullshit on the privacy setting. You'd actively have to lower the volume on these to feel like your privacy is intact if you are taking a private phone call. Of course, that's nothing that really bothers me too much. And this is one thing I thought was quite interesting. Enjoy crystal clear communication with cutting edge AI noise reduction algorithm that filters out 96.5% of the chaos. Let's see how that goes. I'm gonna call someone and make a ruckus. Hello, how are you? Yeah, good. Can you hear that? You can't hear that. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, bye. I'm gonna use my button. Well, I just hung up on her. There you go. That'll keep me in the good books. I'm not expecting anything to go wrong with these, but as always with all my videos, you can check down in the comments below anything I've experienced, good or bad. That's where you can find your updates. If you have any questions at all, drop them down below and I will answer them for you. I'm excited. I don't know, you should be as well. If you are looking for something, you clicked on this video because you're looking at both, I've definitely got a recommendation for you. If you have trouble fitting something in your ear, an actual bud, you've got no problems here. I have been Ryan, as always, yeah, I will see you for the next one. I'm going for a run.